Good day, guys. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. Hope you guys are doing good. So today we're gonna be looking at synthetic indices, right? So I know I've been probably missing to upload these videos like long time ago, but now we are back, and maybe we're gonna look at three instruments, and then maybe tomorrow I'm gonna look at other ones and then update you guys on that one. Or maybe what we can do is upload this three today, and then tomorrow just do a recap on these three indices. So what I'm looking at in front of me today is VIX75 1S, right? So this is the 1 hour time frame. And then as you guys can see, the market is bearish, right? The market is bearish, right? So, and then we currently broke this area here. And then there's a signs of reversal. As you guys can see, we got an inverted and shoulder here. So this is an opportunity now for us to start looking for buys, right? Because now, to me, this is a sign of reversal. So meaning that the market is about to go to bounce back and go back up, right? So just remove my drawings. We just use this shortcut. Ish. See, I don't like this trading this binary trading view. I can't even like select everything. Okay, let me just remove everything. Remove all drawings. Let's go. So I will put my support around here. And then as you guys can see, we have it's almost, let me just move this up here. Since September, we've been around this support, right? And we currently form an inverted and shoulder, which is a sign of reversal, right? We're also looking at this area, which is the area that was support and now became resistance, right? But now what we can look at, let me just delete this so that we can work with what's going on now. Let's work with what's going on now. Let me use this. So I will be paying attention to this area here, and also I will be paying attention to what, to this inverted in shoulder here that we have here. So this is how an inverted in shoulder looks like. You know, it's a popular pattern on synthetic indices. So it's a reversal pattern. So on this one, on daily, this is what we're seeing, right? So let me just delete this. Sorry. So now I missed this trade. I was supposed to be in here already, because if you can go to 4 hour, I'm sure there's an opportunity to enter there. Okay, let's go. Yeah, there was an opportunity to enter there. If you've been following us, you will see that there was an opportunity to enter. Come on, man. If you've been watching our video, by now you know how we trade. Okay. But this is, let me just use one. Okay, so now we have this area here where price is currently sitting. So this was an opportunity to enter the market, this area here, right? Because now this is where the right shoulder has been formed. This is where the right shoulder has been formed if you go to daily, and this is the left shoulder and this is the head. But if you go to daily, this is where the right shoulder has been formed. And then if you can go to lower time frame, I'm sure there we can get something to work with, right? In our course, there is a pattern there which you can take. This market has moved nicely, so I'm sure some of the people already in here. So what we can expect now, going back to 4 hour, because this market is still gonna push the upside, right? Because from here, I don't have my tool. Let me just quickly add another tool there, a price range. There we go. Let's see. Yeah, it's a nice move to the upside. Whole day. Just remove the background. So this was going to be the target if you got a chance to enter. So what we can expect now is for this price to push back, you know, maybe come and give us a entry around this area. Come back, give us an entry here, and then we can start looking for buys again. And then we can continue with this market to the upside. You know, on vix75 1S, I'm going to be looking for buys. So this is my setup. This is my setup. This is what I'm looking at. And then go to 1 hour. This is going to be my setup on vix75 1S. So be on the lookout for the pullback before you take the trade. Don't jump in now. Wait for price to pull back so that you can have at least a tighter stop loss before you know, instead of taking a trade now. Because if you take a trade now, let me just put the long position then, because now your stop loss is going to be wider and it's going to be big. And then you know, if you can like take the drawdown, you know. So, but I wouldn't advise to take this trade here, man. Even though the drawdown, even though your account is big, you know, just wait for price at least to come back around here. We might even get a tighter stop loss like this, and then we, you know, our reward would make sense. Because the most important thing is our reward must make sense. Yeah. So this is how this is the setup on vix75 one is. You can just maybe pause and take a screenshot of it, you know, or maybe go to your charts and then just do the analysis. So now let's go to another one. Okay. So for those who don't know where to trade synthetic indices, synthetic indices are tradable 24 hours, 24/7. Yeah. So you need to sign up with Deriv, you know, deriv.com. Yeah. Okay, let's go to vix75. Because I know if I don't do this one, you guys are going to be mad at me. Okay, so vix75, it doesn't load like trading view, the normal trading view that we know. This one, it lags, and there's a lot of things that are not there similar to the normal trading view. For those that don't know, you know, if you know, then we're good. So vix75, we've been in a bullish market, and we're currently in a consolidation. We're currently in this consolidation. We did break out of this consolidation, but we came back in. So now we are looking at this area here. So that's going to be my area. And then we had this push to the upside. And then we break this area here. We're expecting to buy here. As you guys can see, the market kept on pushing to the downside. And this is a daily time frame. The market kept pushing to the upside to the downside. So now we have the higher lows, lower lows and lower highs. And now we're currently sitting here. And by the look of things, VIX is at a state where it can push further to the downside. You know, you can push further to the downside. But let's look at this area here. So let's do this. Ah, geez, come on, man. Let me just delete everything. So at the look of things, let me just zoom this in so that we can focus on that current price action. So we have this resistance there, we have our support here, and then we have price which came back and retested. We pushed back to the upside, but then price failed to continue with this bullish momentum and then pushed back down, and then we broke. We came back to retest, and now we are continuing pushing to the downside, and the market is also bearish. So what am I looking at here? On daily, structure is bearish. So for me, either is rejections, so meaning that I'm expecting price to continue pushing to the downside. But let's see what 4 hour has for us. Let's see what 4 hour has for us before we can continue. Okay, so on 4 hour, let me just remove these drawings. This is the boring part about analyzing on this platform. I will just put it here, but I'm sure it goes in line. Yeah. So on 4 hour, we have this area. Okay, let me just, someone is giving me a call. Let me just pause this. Okay, sorry about that. Let's continue. So, okay, we're looking at these rejections here. So I would have sold long time ago on these rejections. Yep, and then I would have been taken out and break even, right? The fact that my TP was going to be down there and then my TP1 was going to be at this low. So what we have now on vix75 looks a bit messy, right? But we can see that we have this small channel forming here, right? And then price fell to break this high, right? For me, in order to look for buys, if price came and broke this high, then I would say the market is bullish. But now it is at the state where we at, price is failing to break this high, right? And then we currently have this lower high here. So what can we expect, right? And then there are things that we need to look at here. For example, this area here, as you guys can see now, the market is reacting to it, right? So there's a high chance that price can push back and come to this area here, right? And then this is when you're going to start seeing if price is going to continue to break to the upside, and then we start looking for buys, or we're going to continue with the drop to the downside, right? And then let me just remove this. Let's go to daily. I just want to see if taking this buy, the reward that you're going to be getting, because I will also take this buy if it gives me enough information here. Okay, so this is a nice messy consolidation to the down after the sideways. Yeah, it's moving sideways. So at the state where we at, the buying area will only be here at this support. This is where I will advise to take buys, not where currently the price is at. Wait for price to come back here. At least you will know that if price is going to push up or not. Because where it is now, what price can do is it can just consolidate to the sideways with you, and we don't know until when, So I will advise taking buys when price come back here, and then we get signs of taking buys, and then we start looking for buys, and then our TP is gonna be at this high that we're looking at on the left hand side, right? With our TP1, I would say take TP1. I would say like for example, TP1 here, there, and there, right? So you can just close partial profits around here, partial here, partial there, and then let another trade to run until there, right? Don't go backward where you're gonna just be entering multiple entries, because remember this market is still moving sideways, right? So in one trade, one lot size where you can just take partial, and then at least 1% of your account, and then at least a stop loss. That's why the reason I'm saying buying at this level, at least a stop loss is gonna have, you're gonna be able to manage your stop loss, because where the price is currently at. Sorry guys, let me just delete everything. remove drawings, yeah, because where price is currently at now this moment, and then with this high here, imagine taking this trade here. I will make sure that I upload this video as soon as possible. Stop loss, can you see? So 1 to 2 trade. So at least if you can just wait for price to come back here, and then we push to the upside, that'll be nice, right? So let's look in terms of sales, what we can look at. Let's go back to 4-hour. You gotta be patient with this platform, guys. You gotta be patient. So on 4-hour, we still have market moving sideways, right? So the only place to sell was here, like this area, right? So where the market is at now is currently in a range. So do nothing, right? Do nothing where the market is at. Just wait for price to break out of this sideways consolidation, at least to get a sign of where price is going, right? So for me, this is too messy. It's gonna be a waiting game. But then you can take short buys until this area here, and then if you're gonna be taking sells, at least take sells at this. Oh, sorry, you can take sells. Damn, Sherbet here or here. Don't take sells in between of these two lines, of these two zones. Wait. Okay, and then let's look at the last one. So look at the last one. I just want to look at something fun. Let's go in either to boom or crash. Let's look at boom 1000. Let's look at boom 1000. Look at boom 1000. Okay, this is on a daily. So as you guys know that boom always spikes to the upside, right? I don't know after how many they do mention it on your MT5 after how many tricks and stuff like that, it spikes. So let me just go to 1 minute quickly so that I can show you for those that don't know. Okay. So with boom, it always spikes to the upside, right? So I normally use to scalp these. We are gonna come back on scalping these. Oh, Shebet, can you see? So these are the spikes to the upside. But then when it goes down, it goes slowly. But then when it spikes to the upside, you just one spike, gone, gone. It's nice moves. So, but you gotta be in the right side, hey? Gonna be on the right side. So I'm mostly comfortable in taking buys on boom and then sells on crash because crash is always crashing, going spiking to the downside, and then boom is always booming, going to the upside. Okay, now let's go back to work. Okay, looking at boom on a daily time frame, it's obvious, not even kind, it's obvious that the market is bullish, right? The market is bullish. We have this bullish momentum here pushing to the upside. And then now we currently have this correction phase where price is pulling back, right? You know the market moves in waves, right? Pushes up and down. We always have impulsive phase, and then we have our correction phase. Impulsive phase, and then we have our correction phase. Impulsive case, not the case phase, and then we have a correction phase. So at this state, looking at the structure in front of me, we all can see that the market was in an impulsive phase for quite some time, almost a month. Yeah, almost a month. I don't know. Yeah, almost a month or 2 weeks. Now we're currently in a correction phase, right? So what can we expect in this bullish market? Because now structure in front of me is bullish, right? This is a higher high, you know. So what we can expect is a higher low before we can push to the upside. So what we're expecting now, we're expecting for price to give us signs of pushing back up, right? So on boom, let me go to, because now let me see what we can work with. Looking at the left hand side, So this is where I can expect price to drop until, this is where I can expect price to drop to. Okay. If it was crash, you could just spike, and then get there earlier. But then it's boom, and then it's on a daily time frame. So the movement to the downside might take some time. But looking at the current price action, we have this range, right? We have this range. So where currently boom is at, we can look for short buys. The only way to find out is when we take him out. That's it. Because now if you're gonna wait for price to come back here, and then price doesn't come back here, and then you're gonna miss the opportunity. But now, I'm not saying that we're just jumping in front of what we, of the trend, but we are jumping into a trade based on what we are seeing, based on what meets our requirements in order to take this trade, right? So let's look at this trade. Let's look at this trade. As you guys can see, we have the lows, and in a range. If you haven't watched how to trade the ranging market, please make sure that you go watch our market structure folder. You want to see how to trade the range. There's a video that's named how to trade the ranging market, right? So that you can be able to take these trades. Okay, these are weeks, but this is 4 hour, right? Okay, let's move this here. So we um so we're currently in a range. In a range, we buy the lows, we sell the highs, right? The market is currently at the lows and is currently doing what? Currently rejecting, right? So what do we get? So let's see if we can get more information in lower time frame, right? When you see something like this, and then you have traded before, you have data that proves that it works, where you buy the lows, you sell the highs, you buy the breakout or not, you know, just take it. Okay. Looking at this area here, in this area, we did get an inverted shoulder before we push the upside, right? So, and this is boom, guys. Remember, it always boom to the upside. So what we're looking for in this side is we had price pushing down and then we push back up, right? So what is this going to tell us, right? This is 1 hour. What is this telling us? Don't sell where price is currently at because we have this support here that's holding, right? Don't sell where price is currently at. Rather wait for price to break out, come back, and then start looking for buys, right? But for boom, I will advise you to have at least a bigger account to trade it, because and then your stop loss at least must be a little bit wider if you want to be selling, because now if you're gonna sell here and the stop loss is around here, and then this thing spikes back up and then comes back down, it will just hit your stop loss, and this is where it's going to close the stop loss. It won't close the stop loss where you put it. It's going to close it where it stops with the spike, where the spike stops. So you got to be careful with that. Gotta be careful with that. So boom, I'm going to be watching it. I'm going to be looking for buys here in this area here. I'm going to be looking for buys on boom. I'm going to be looking for buys with my TP at the highs because we are in a range with my TP at the highs, and then I will just keep on. If price continue to push the upside, I will just keep on adding more position and staking, and then I will have my what you call this now, and then I will have my TP1, let's say here, and then maybe TP2 here. When you're trading a range, you have to take partial because in a range, there's no guarantee that price has to go back to these highs, right? To these highs. Price can just push up, back up, come back, reject, and then drop, right? Anything can happen in the market, so you gotta be cautious and be ready. So on boom, I'm gonna be looking to take buys. So this is my setup on boom, buying the lows, and then TP1, TP2, TP3, and then with what you call this, in terms of sells, I'm going to sell only when price does what? Breaks the downside, come back, give me a retest, then I'm gonna sell the trade. I'm gonna take those sells. But for now, I'm looking for buys because we are in a range. And then what else do we look at? So we look at three, right? Okay. It's so nice to analyze this thing. Uh so VIX75, we said you wanna wait until price, it's either come to this range or sorry to these highs or these lows before we can start taking action. We just see on daily how it looks. Sorry. Yeah, so this is binary.com. This is where you want to get the what you call this thing now. Their trading view. They have their own trading view. So don't go on trading view and search for the synthetic indices. So I'm also gonna like share the link in the description below so that you guys can just click on it and go analyze. Okay, so looking on daily, now if you know on daily, on daily structures, that's pushing back up, respecting the previous highs, and then we moving slightly sideways. But now, when you go to 4 hour, it's much clearer that the market is in a range, right? So I will say for on my side, VIX75 is on waiting game for my side. If you see an opportunity, please make sure that your stop loss is in the right place. Because if you're gonna be selling and buying in the model here, I want to take it out or back down and break even, you know. So rather wait. And then let's go to the last one that I did check, which was, and then you need to make sure that you pay attention. There is the VIX75 index, and then there is VIX75 1S index. So 1X index, hey, this thing is not coming down. Hey, when I come down, man. So daily invested and shoulder for our confirmed, and then 1 hour confirmed also. So be on the lookout for this trade, guys. Be on the lookout for this trade. I will make sure that I quickly update this, edit this video and upload it before all these things plays out. So catch you guys on the next one. Please make sure that you subscribe. I was checking the what is it? Analytics, yeah, and I see that most of the people that are watching the videos are not subscribed. Please do subscribe, especially if you love the content that we're sharing. Make sure that you subscribe. If there's anything that you want us to improve on, please just share in the comments, or you can also like follow us on Instagram, YVNT_ZA, and just say DM there and tell us what we can improve on, you know. And also please check out the academy. The link is going to be in the description box. On the main course for beginners to advanced, you can pay in what is this, in terms. Yeah, you can pay in terms, where let's say if you don't have the full amount, which is $350, you can pay 60% in the first month, and then you can get access to half of the information. And then in the second month, you need to pay the remaining, right? So it's only 2 months payment terms. There's no 3 months. So the advanced course doesn't have the option. You can only pay upfront and then you can start doing the course, because in the advanced course, that's where everything is going down, is cooking. So in the main course, we have two sections, because it's mainly from beginner to advanced. So we're gonna first like take you through the main show you everything, how it works, and stuff like that. But that's been explained in another video. I'm just gonna also share the video so that you guys can just watch that and see what's included. Cheers.